Emergency water removal, what's your emergency?
Yeah, I got one for y'all. Bring a few shovels, maybe a wrecking ball.
Emergency water removal gets as many as a dozen of these calls a day, but nothing could prepare them for what waited in that quiet Marietta neighborhood.
Well, I'm Greg Gales, emergency water removal first responder. I first get the call, I walk in and there's feces there at the door meeting me. Very little room to walk down the hallway. Stacks of paper, books, boxes, clothing stacked approximately about, I'm 5 feet, so about 5 feet and a half, 5'5". Into the kitchen, main area was affected. No room to really even see anything, even to know where the source came from. I think I actually made a phone call to the plumber that came out to the job to actually see what was going on.
I don't know where the hell's coming from. Maybe there was a special down at Target on watery shit, and they just couldn't help themselves.
Had no idea where it was coming from, and all of them areas looked very bad. Not to be funny, but we did take everything out to the front porch. That was the only area that had enough room for me and him to sit down and go over things.
A job that should have lasted a few weeks turned into a few months as mental illness and miscommunication mired an already logistical nightmare of a house literally filled to the brim with crap. Of course, this is Poop Dynasty. What'd you expect?
Yeah, I want it. I want it. Do you want it?
We really love you guys in a manly way.
George said to do this like in a day. It's just not gonna happen. The moves are coming today. Well, you know what? That's not like a George problem to me. You know?
We about to get into the DyNasty. You know what I mean?
Let's go shoot that trigger quick, right?
This is my concealed carry. Carry the pants. Ow! Damn! It's getting hot!
A lot of times I feel like I'm a thoroughbred horse.
Santa Mountain, what the hell they got us in right now?
You guys must have been bad this year. Welcome. This is the kitchen.
A lot of guys were a little upset that I signed that job.
Come this way.
You know, I had that look from guys all week.
When all this supposed to get done today?
Nope.
They can tell us to get it all done today, but that's not going to happen.
No, this is like 3 pods, 4 pods worth, man. So these are hoarders, all right?
It's a capital H.
Okay. All right.
Hey Willie, it's your best friend Thomas. Your first 2 guys just showed up. I showed them what's going around in the house. We all agree it's at least a 2-pod ordeal, if not more.
3.
Yeah, now we can start. There's not much place to put stuff in the house though because there's limited storage. Okay, and you said the pod's gonna be here around 2? Okay. Brian wants to talk to you. Next.
Hey. Now you ain't have no idea what this house look like, huh?
Thomas makes it sound nice.
Oh, he's sending some more. You got 3 more people over.
Did y'all bring any boxes?
Okay. He just told us to show up. He said go take a lunch and pull over here. He said it wasn't gonna be much.
Is that what he said to you? I was about to say. Like what a sweet man to say those words to.
He wind up with 6-7 inches of crap water, in our world what we call black water, underneath all the contents in his house. So in order for us to mitigate this loss, we had to do what we call contents manipulation. We remove the contents out of the house, store it into a pod, all the stuff that was not affected. But you ask me, I think all of it went in the dump, to be honest with you.
And he seems like a genuine guy, but you know these are his precious items too. So
Yeah.
that was a good straight face.
That's a lot of precious items. You probably can have a stupid yard sale.
Stupid. Have a food bank. Have a yard sale. Could probably build a swing set.
Oh my goodness, that's gonna be fun.
Is that a sofa? Yeah, that's a sofa. We found the sofa, guys. Oh, you got that, see? You got this all by yourself, though.
They had a lot of brand new things in boxes from what I'm hearing from them. Basically just shopping over the last 30 years and not opening anything, just throwing it in the house.
He was collecting, and it was a lot of new stuff that he was collecting, but he had a lot of junk amongst a lot of trash.
After digging through multiple feet and multiple thousands of dollars worth of items, the workers stumble upon the buried ruins of an ancient dining room. Then we come to Puppy.
I think the dog was just doing his business wherever he wanted to over the house. And it doesn't look like it was cleaned up at all.
When 5 o'clock came, there was a driveway filled with sewage-soaked possessions, a pod filled with stuff that merely smelled like sewage, and a house still filled with sewage, the source of which was still a mystery until days later.
The bathroom, unfortunately, where it was coming out was filled from top to bottom with items.
A soft tissue clog deep in the plumbing backed up the unused downstairs toilet, causing it to spew its intestinal rejections as far as poop will travel. This means the bathroom, dining room, and kitchen are contaminated with Category 3 sewage water and will all need to be demolished and rebuilt. But before demolition can begin, there's still a mountain of crap in the hallway to climb. And after 5 more days of packing out, the initial reconstruction can finally begin. The walls go first, but the toilet will be soon. The kitchen has come a long way, but these cabinets still gotta go. The garage looks about how you would expect the garage to look. And like the bathroom, all the walls in the dining room are coming out. Anytime a sewage backup is involved, walls must be extracted 12 to 18 inches above the highest point the water reached. This is called a flood cut.
Microbes in sewage water like to get behind damp walls and then just spread all over. And this is how people get sick.
Today is day 7 of work. I'd say it's been about 200 hours of labor so far.
This house right here is by far the worst house I've ever encountered. After the 9 months I've been here, this house sucks. Mounds of crap everywhere. Hey, check this out. This shit been sitting here for a while. That is hot mustard. Mold everywhere, it's just terrible. Really, really terrible. Hey, but we gotta get it done though. Gotta get it done.
If we're lucky, then this is just common cladosporium. The kind of mold that grows in damp, cramped places like crawl spaces, basements. But if we're unlucky, then this is probably a Stachybotrys chartarum. Now that's what we call toxic black mold, and this is the type of stuff that can destroy the value of your home. Either way, we need to get rid of it. But if it's chartarum, if it's that toxic black mold, you need to get that stuff out of there and burn it. Burn it to the ground.
We have finally gotten to the cabinets and removed them, and we found large growths of MOLD. So we're having to take those out and destroy them. We got a lovely trash pile going over there.
I ain't gotta do much. You know what I mean?
That's how you do it too. Yeah. You do it like that too. Get him. Get him. Hold on, let me try that. He won't talk too. Oh, you gotta put my foot through there.
My bad. You wanna do the other side?
No. He's mad. He about to kick it up.
Now that the demo is done, it's time for the reconstruction team, which emergency water removal has a very interesting relationship with.
Every time I hear Pete talking to George, he's like, Judge, no, Judge, you don't understand, Judge.
And pick the wood up, and then be here, be finished by 1 o'clock, have it all in. This is not easy, bro. I don't know what you think now.
I can do that, I can do that, I can do that. George, what do you expect? I can't do that.
Oh, George, he thinks he's so good at this stuff, and
Freaking boss, you don't understand.
yeah.
But his work is the best in Atlanta, so his people are going to come do the drywall and the insulation, while Thomas and Aaron finally pack away the last little bit of kitchen left. Pack out only takes the morning, but drywall and insulation are an all-day job. Since John's job is to do all the jobs that no one at emergency water removal wants to do, he's come to extract the cabinets and talk about replacements.
I got good news, better news, and great news.
Give me all the good ones. You're gonna stay with all the bad ones.
Insurance approved the upper cabinets, which you knew already. But what's even better is George approved you for our top of the line solid wood, the nicest cabinet. These go in $1 million homes. It's kind of a mahogany cherry. They're very fancy. So long as you're okay with that color.
Okay, have Bob seen it?
No, Bob was waiting on you.
I know, because I went to the doctor, because with all this stuff, I'm dying because I don't have an immune system, so everything, I ended up with a sinus infection, all sort of stuff, and it's like, I'm dying here.
Toxic building syndrome is a medical phenomenon where a house infested with toxic black mold continues to make the occupants sick. And it can not only devalue your house, it can devalue your life.
What do y'all want to put in the formal dining room?
Probably the same thing as here. Yeah, I couldn't hear you. All I was getting was garbage.
I'll measure it.
All I was getting was...
Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to be pretending like I'm measuring.
Every time they said that they're coming with sending an whatever adjuster,
yeah.
They never show.
Not once.
The Reeses had the same insurance company for decades, but when their insurance saw the state of their house, they began to think it was a good idea to call an audible on this one.
They had no idea. They knew him as a colonel, and that was it. And you know what's amazing about that, John? They never came out and inspected the house.
Why would you?
They didn't even want people going in that house.
Well, I mean, we're starting this with no money and out of courtesy to try to get y'all's life back to whatever normal is. Yeah, the hard part is y'all on your insurance check, you've got your mortgage company on there, and these guys, number one, they love to hold other people's money as long as they can so they can make their money off of it.
What was the name of that mortgage company?
I will happy to tell you everything. It's called Aquin Mortgage, and you call a Indian call center who puts you on hold to call America. They call America while you're on hold and say, hey, these guys have faxed in a piece of paper. What do you want me to do? They say wait 48 hours because it takes them 48 hours to receive a fax. Then they gave me an address to send the check to of a closed branch and lost the check.
I don't trust this gentleman, and I said the only way I'll do this is with certified funds at the house that I can see.
Emergency water removal still has not received the insurance check from the Reese's mortgage company, which means this is John's 5th month on hold.
Thank you for calling. All our representatives are busy or otherwise incapacitated. Your call is important to us. Please continue to hold, and nothing else. Thank you for holding. Bye.
It's been a rough few months for John.
He paid for the cabinets. We've already paid for the countertop. Okay, everything's paid for.
The Reese's insurance company is wondering why, after all this time, the job still isn't done. they are not familiar with the Reese's, let's say, eccentricities.
He has complained about the hardwood floors that we put in.
The other person in the household, could have been the dog, could have been the wife. Somebody was peeing on the floor. I don't know who that was, but somebody was peeing on the floor.
And now he wants them removed again because he has a dog that pees and poops all over the floors, and they're buckling up because of the pee does not work too well with laminate.
Okay, well that's not something that would be part of the plan. I'll have to bring that to his attention.
Yeah, he will deny it, but I took pictures of it just to show it. This is just kind of to the point where we're just getting ready to be done with it and just walk away and let it be settled with the court.
Now, the only thing that's not done here, George, is the cabinets and the countertop.
That is correct. We just want to be done with this. I mean, trust me, I would love to be done with Mr. Reed and have this beyond us.
And I would love to stop paying for these pods every month. And we got 9 pods out.
Okay, let me see what I can do and just see if I can get some answers. And we'll definitely follow up with you to see where we're at. We're also going to have to sit down and discuss this with Mr. Reed, see if we can get this resolved.
I have another question.
Sure.
How many of your problems come from not money? Okay, bye.
Thank you both.
Thanks.
So, done deal.
Right, I mean, it's just what can we do?
Well, I spoke to another contents company and he said if we have to
put it in his front yard.
I said no. He said we can't do that because it's trespassing, but we can auction it off.
Really?
We can do that blind auction like you see on TV.
So we can't go on his property because it's considered trespassing.
We can't dump the stuff there. That would be...
So to get things moving, Emergency Water Removal sends some of its guys out to unload the pod already in the Reese's driveway.
I thought this was done.
Reese's are upset, but can't really settle on what upsets them the most.
This one is the association is being after us because this one should have been removed months ago.
Oh, okay.
And they're about to start fining us, and I told them, and I said, I will pass the fine to you. Because there's a lot of expensive stuff in...
Oh, we got you covered.
So the guys are going to pack the boxes into the house, and Miss Reese is going to, help.
The kitchen. The kitchen that I don't have.
Does he allow you little dog?
That is a Japanese antique stove. We brought this one from Korea, Taiwan, Japan. No, actually, this is a mixture of other crap. I would say leave it in the garage.
Right.
Yep. Leave all this stuff in the garage for now.
Okay.
This isn't the exciting part.
Bathroom. We have linen. Yeah, great packing. Just put it there. I'm gonna have to sort all this out because they mix everything with everything.
The next week, Pete and the guys went out to install cabinets in the Reese's kitchen. However, the acrimonious relationship between Emergency Water Removal and the Reese's hits a fever pitch after John takes a visit to Marietta to check out the new cabinets and talk to the Reese's.
All right, so we get her the most beautiful cabinets in Atlanta. They're a coffee cherry, they're an all wood box, they look like mahogany. Beautiful, and she says she doesn't like them. She wants a white cabinet. Okay, fine. We go to Home Depot, we buy white cabinets, we install everything. Kitchen looks gorgeous, gorgeous white cabinets. She says she doesn't like them. So now I have to call George and tell him the cabinets that we bought, built, paid for, installed, we have to take them out because she doesn't like them. They are 10 times as nice as the garbage she had. I'm dreading that phone call. Hey, I thought, all right. You're sitting down? The cabinets that you bought and built and paid for, and by the way, they are installed. She does not like them.
I told you this was going to be a problem. I told you this would be a headache.
I'm just saying we had a tight budget, so.
I have a question. Did we ever get any money from this job? I mean, like $1?
We've gotten no money from the job, no.
I mean, what are my options here? I mean, what can I do?
I don't know. I mean, I guess we have to take them out and get something she likes.
You're killing me, dude. You're just killing me, man.
Emergency water removal has decided to replace the cabinets and make the Reeds happy. But with Pete busy on another job, they must send in the alternates. Omar, a carpenter usually employed by Pete, and Tom, who you might recognize from green bean cans.
Just so we know what we're working with here.
High quality
wooden cabinets. It says right on the box. That's how we know. If it didn't say it, we wouldn't know.
Specific orders. Watch time.
Watch time, because you might learn something. The boss is always right. Yeah. Even when he's wrong, he's right.
By the afternoon, John and George got bored and decided to kind of hang around, maybe do work.
So next Tuesday, we're packing this back in. All 9 pods. We're going to do it in one day.
Now, be careful. Whoa.
Sorry.
Be careful, they might come out.
So, we're getting close to the end. We've got to pick 9 pods. 9 pods. And you can see it's already starting to fill itself back up.
What's up, man? All right. Blown around the house? Are you serious? What's that outside?
That's been there. That had nothing to do with that.
Hoarders.
Think of this. Volumetrically packed to the ceilings with a pathway like this from front door up the stairs.
You know he's gonna do it right back, right?
This
you
is,
know when you pack it back in?
No, these rooms were dead empty. This is what's coming back. We
Really?
have to work around. This is extra.
There it goes.
So with Reese's third choice cabinets finally installed, the kitchen started to look like it belonged in a real home. The next morning, however, John got some frustrating news.
Turns out they mailed the check a month ago, and the Reeds have been sitting on the check for a flipping month. Once I called Aquin and got off hold, they said, oh yes, we have cut the check. The check has been cut over 1 month ago. Call up the Reeds, and the Reeds are like, oh yeah, we had the check, but we're not turning it over until you're done with the job. A $25,000 job with no deposit, and they want to hold money.
Pete's used to George throwing a bunch on him at the last second, but this time he only has a day to install the countertop, dishwasher, closet shelves, sink.
And they never put the metal ring that goes against the wall to cover the thing coming from the wall.
Line vanity doors. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna finish the kitchen first. Once I'm done with all this, then I'm moving on. Okay? This is the longest part right here.
Pete needs to finish today, or else it's going to be a crowded house tomorrow.
That's it. 5 social lines, green wire. I'm just so busy, man. I'm by myself here, you know what I'm saying? Man, this guy just gave me a list and a half, man. This ain't gonna be done today, man. It's crazy. I need a lot of shit here. Ducks that I don't even know where the hell they're going. And I don't know, just come when you're on your way up. You go to, there's a Home Depot right up here. See that? That comes off. And this is why I get mad. This is a little thing like this, the customer seats. You know what I'm saying? I should fly with George, but I can't fly with me.
In order to avoid waking up early for tomorrow's pack-in, the pod people decided to drop a few pods off early.
They're here. There's 2 of them out there now.
Your problem. I'm done with the house and with you.
How are they gonna finish all the punch out stuff?
Well, I'm gonna punch it. They're not moving anything until tomorrow. They're not moving anything until tomorrow. Right, they're just gonna put them there from now till tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to punch out today.
I'm so done with this with the house, with him, with the whole thing.
I do what I can, you know what I'm saying? To get you right, man.
I know, but these people have been screwing with me for 8 months.
Alright, they gotta move the cars in?
Huh?
You guys gonna move the cars?
You better move the car. I'm not moving shit.
Okay.
I'm done.
They might just clear it. See? What I told you. What I told you.
You told me.
I told you, right?
Yeah.
You're a bunch of idiots.
The storm's coming.
You might as well go back and get a cabinet now. Go back even further. This is not gonna open.
So you got that working for you?
This is not, I know when I saw it. I knew it. I had a feeling.
Pete! Wave at your boyfriend George.
There ain't no other choice. You can't do anything else.
Okay. I'll run down to Happy's and back. Norcross is just around the corner from
Thanks,
Mariana.
George. Appreciate it.
Pete, he says that's what you get when you get a bootleg cabinet installer.
I didn't say that. I said it was thank you, George.
He said thank you, George.
This cabinet snafu is going to cost Pete a lot of time, and it looks like there's no way he'll be finished today.
This sucks because we gotta take this whole shit apart first.
Oh, yeah, because you can't just let the countertop hang over there.
Alright, listen to me. This is done. We can't do shit about this. Now we can't open the drawer no more. Oh, we could open the drawer.
Just take this out.
No, just get it open, bro. Stinky. Once in your life, think a little bit.
So how are you going to get under there?
That's the easy part. You gotta remove the door.
There you go.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? Bang. Done. Alright. The open stresses. Magnetics. Alright.
You have to turn it in there.
So we gotta wait for that one, and that's that one's done.
Light?
We can't do the light yet until we move this over, because if we cut this at the same size, we'll be short, Gabriel. John, what's wrong with that?
Well, it's fine, yeah.
No, it's fine. But this is not now. See, the open stops right there.
Tell her, look, that's the sacrifice.
She wants a corner.
Can't get a corner.
I told her that.
What's wrong with his light?
There ain't a light up there yet.
Why ain't it working? Why ain't the light working?
I'm gonna put this stupid thing for you guys first. I mean, I would rather do nothing than me, you know what I'm saying? Just they're lazy, man. And then this is what happens. All the holes you guys making everywhere, it makes everything
When you say you guys,
pretty bad. Well, you was here too.
you mean me and the mice in my pocket?
Yeah, you and your buddy George. Hey, what about this here?
What about it? It looks good.
Okay, there's a vent here. There's a pipe right here.
I took the vent out with the 2-wire. Boom!
Well, this wire goes on this side.
Awesome.
I'll put a shallow box there. That's all I could probably do.
You know what George calls this? George calls this a peak problem.
Yeah. They all peak problem, I can see.
The biggest Pete problem, though, is tomorrow. He's still got an entire day of work to take care of, but in order to do it, he's going to have to work around the giant 8-pod pack-out.
Tomorrow is going to be like Christmas.
Here?
We're going to drop off all their precious items. After all the precious items are... See ya.
The big day has finally arrived, and after losing a spirited bout of rock, paper, scissors with George, it falls on John to get the morning in motion.
It's that time. Pete has a cabinet to build and put here. Pete has to fix the trim here. But everything else is done. Everything's painted. You tell me what's not done.
I don't know. Worst case scenario for a hoarder is that they throw one of their possessions away and then immediately after that they need it. Hoarding is them exerting a control over their lives. So when they feel like they're not in control, when they feel like they're not being listened to, that's when stuff can get crazy.
I'm not following. I mean, we're not.
Some shifting of contents may have occurred. Oh, yeah.
The pack-out crew have to clear and organize the existing items in order to fit all the items coming in. Some of the stuff is new, some is old stuff that's just batshit insane.
When they unpacked it and I started opening the boxes, everything was mislabeled. Nothing was labeled to where it was supposed to go.
After opening the pods and directing the workflow, John and the Reeses start to clash.
Whoever put it in here should have put living room, dining room. How will I know?
Well, you could stand inside and say, this is the wrong room, please put it in this room. How about that?
Are you going to pay me a salary?
Much as I'm getting paid right now.
Well, I don't work for you all. The win you lose, and I'm responsible for
it. Cleaned up by the end of the day.
With John losing a handle on the situation, George arrives to take control.
Hi.
Hi.
This is...
They didn't mark the boxes. We don't know where the boxes go.
Well, they go in the house most likely.
No kidding. I was telling John, which he couldn't care less, all the boxes were mislabeled.
Well, this is what my goal right now is, to get these emptied into the house. And I know it's a big deal.
You think?
And
All of a sudden, after 8 months, you're hitting me with this crap?
Yeah, you're hitting you with this crap.
This job has been botched from day one.
I know, it's terrible, it's disgusting. But here's what I need you to do. Can you go in the house and not be here so we can unload everything?
He told me to be here to take pictures of what they break.
You don't know, because we're gonna move really quick. Okay, and I don't want, and we got to do this a little differently than normally how we do it.
The two of you got to get on the same page.
I know. Well, don't listen to John, that's what we tell everybody. Hey, who's here? I want everybody over here now, okay? Let's get this stuff done right, okay? We're not gonna have a whole bunch of scare-em harem stuff today, okay? If you don't know me, I'm George. I love you all. But this is a feat. I need everybody to start working on the front 2 boxes. What we're gonna try to do is form a chain so people don't run on top of each other, because there's a lot of stuff we gotta do. Forget the garage, we're gonna start in the front. The first 2 pods, bring everything in here, and we'll go from there. Okay, guys? Thank you. Come here. No problem. But I need who's good at stacking? Okay, I need 2 people good at stacking in that house so we can stack it. All right, thanks, guys.
Looking to get done and away from this job forever, the pack-out team decides to set up a human pipeline to clear the pods as quickly as possible.
I know why they're not cleaning up the poop from the dog.
Oh,
they don't have the pooper scoop.
Meanwhile, Pete and his peeps are trying to finish the inside and having some issues with the Reeses.
Yeah, I know they gotta take all the boxes out. See? That looks nicer, right? I'm gonna put the mold in there, but still.
But the doors are not gonna be able to open.
They open fine. There's nothing wrong with them. I told you. They're good.
I'm not too fond of this thing. This contraption, because the doors don't open. This one open.
I try to get you happy. I got your mold is back there in the middle of it.
Happy? Look at his face. Does it look happy?
We got a various assortment of mouse droppings there and pigeons too, I believe.
Oh, dude, it takes care of it.
Yeah. You guys told me you wanted to open this way, so we switched it. It was backwards before.
It was gonna be.
It was the other way. You told me you wanted that. Was I changed it yesterday?
With a lack of room to breathe, Pete goes out to get some air.
Did you hear me? No smoke out here.
I forget.
Sorry, this is for working people.
Where are they? Where are the working people?
You're the
There you
people
go,
you're
the guy in
looking
green.
for. Of course, I'm the one unloading everything. If you want to come, that would be great. It's a lot of work though, Tim. That's why I'm pissed at Willie, which is still not here.
Uh-oh, here comes the smartest man, Willie Walker.
What's up? Where's the dolly, Willie?
What's the dolly?
Show him the text message.
We need a dolly.
Anybody something don't mess about no dolly, man. Don't do me like for real.
Maybe the guy can finish the kitchen. Out here smoking all the time.
Smoking.
I see the cigarette in your hand. I noticed you don't have a hammer in the hand. Maybe if you had a hammer, it'd be done.
You want me to make a Pete run?
No. Pete ain't doing nothing. I mean, come on. How often do you get to see an empty pod?
One.
6 to go. How much room we got, Willie?
In the house?
Yeah.
You got plenty of room in there.
Oh, good.
This bull, bro.
Frustrated by a lack of materials in an increasingly crowded house, things get tense between George and Pete.
You heard me. You better have some guns to back it up.
Time you got talking crap. And Tom ain't gonna back it up. What John, get your ass over there.
What do you need?
I told him yesterday because
you told him yesterday. Where's the
we didn't
text?
make a whole list because of everything we had to get. Like one run, so I can finish my work and I can leave early today.
Okay.
Go to another job.
Send them.
Of course. See, at the end of the day,
who's right? Pete's right. Because we pay him too much.
White guy, right?
What? Did you just say white guy? Oh, hell no. Look at, I'll whip brother.
Yeah, put it.
After initially staying out of the way, Miss Reese finds a broken bowl amongst the items and decides it's time to lend a hand.
Don't hold this up. You're doing good.
Now, why not holding it up? Trash. They saved the trash. These people are not the right. I think that all these is trash. Because they're
Hold on. What's going on out there?
Hell no. No, go. We got to keep going. We're going to do this tomorrow. We need to keep going.
That is just they're bringing trash in.
Well, we don't know the difference. We just see garbage bags, man. We have to bring it all in. If it's garbage, set it aside, please, okay? Let's keep going.
You're pushing your luck on me, dude.
Okay, come on, guys.
Y'all put a dent in it?
It's not bad. How you smell it?
Garaje. Wow, don't strain yourself.
Who's on the water ski? Like, really?
Don't let me go! No, save me! Save me!
No. Goes inside. It goes inside. That one goes outside. I mean, garaje. Right, I'm getting confused.
The thing I want to know is how would you like to be these poor bastards right here living next to this? I don't know. What?
The lady came out yesterday or next door.
Right.
She was, what's that smell? Oh my God, what's that smell? And then I said, Bob, come out here. You got a problem. Here's the smell. She just complained, goes, she always.
So what's your idea here, Carmen?
My idea?
Yeah.
Guess it's as good as mine.
Okay, I know what I
Because
guess
none of
is.
the boxes are labeled.
I know, that's crazy.
So I don't know what is
They're
what.
labeled, but they're not labeled exactly where they're supposed to go.
Well, that says 2. What the 2 says?
Well, it comes after 1, and
No
it's before.
No shit,
Yes, you know, it comes after 1.
Right.
You got these new grip gloves, boy.
When you use emergency water removal, they promise to restore your home to the way it was before the water damage. And as this place gets more crowded, that promise looks like it's going to be kept.
Because right now, I don't know how they're planning on doing this, but I'm going to sit down and watch them. Because, I mean, they're still putting the kitchen cabinet, so I can't put nothing in the kitchen until it's finished.
Y'all know what the next plan is?
I can't keep bringing anything else. There's no room even for us to walk around.
Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go.
1 second, give me 1 second, 1 second.
Come on, we got stack in there.
I know, I just give him a rough time.
Come on, let's go, there. Let's go, let's go.
With the fourth pod almost empty, the fifth pod gets dropped off on the side of the road and then the driver heads off. George is not happy about this.
So now I have a pod and a whole bunch of guys standing around. I'm paying over $400 an hour.
If that's the way he thought it was the best way.
No, sir, we instructed him the way we wanted it done. He told us to go screw and did it the way he wanted to do it.
George, stop talking for a minute. We don't do specific times. We never have, we never will. There's another one on the way right now. It'll be there.
Yeah, that was the first thing. Chris, now you can listen to me. Chris, hey, I'm speaking now. And you think I could get a little freaking consideration? He knew what we were doing today. It does not make any sense why we have all these guys here. He would leave that pod on the road. What are you? This is what I deal with, Bob.
Yeah, I know the feel.
I'm dying to stay on hold, but that's why I have John. Hold. See how long? Count off the minutes.
5 minutes, 53 seconds, sir. Everybody needs a punching bag.
Chris is over there. You know Chris? Yeah. Why is he an idiot?
Who's talking to Chris?
I'm talking to Chris. That's full. He left it right there. Okay? He told me to go myself.
Did he really?
No. Dude, he left it right there. Why didn't he fix it? Here he comes. Hang on. Here we come. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Hey, get Willie to move that truck so they can't.
No, leave it there. Make them move their pod.
George, he tapped out at 8 minutes, 30 seconds. Shall I get him back on the line?
If that's how he wants to run his company, God bless him.
Alrighty.
You know?
Got it, boss.
You want to talk to Tim?
No, you.
Okay, talk to me.
You. And one of the times that Bob was talking to you on the phone when we were having fun with the check, the $20,000 check, you were disrespectful to him.
I'm sorry about it.
You owe him an apology because that wasn't nice.
I'm not a nice guy. That's the thing.
Well, I'm not either.
I'm trying to get through this. Okay?
I hear
This is
you.
very stressful for everybody. We got a lot of people here. We're going to make everybody as happy as we can make you. Which I don't think we'll make you completely happy, but we're going to make you happy.
It's 8 months later.
I'm sorry?
8 months.
I know. It's your mortgage company. When did we get the check? How long ago did I get the check?
The check was in November, but that was...
No. I just got the check 2 weeks ago. How much work did get done as soon as I got there?
Okay, but the
right,
thing is...
you agree.
You were disrespectful.
Don't point at me, please. We're doing good, right? You don't like me, I don't like you. How about that? Is that good? Are we good with
I'm
that?
not saying I don't like you. I'm just saying that there was no need.
Okay, well, I'm telling you this. I explained it to him the way it was going to happen. It's happened exactly that way. I keep my word. Not too many people do that, but I do. And everything I said I was going to do, I've done. Right? Yes or no?
Yes, thanks so far.
Yeah. This one's going up all the way up to here, and these two are empty. That one's going to be moved right now.
He's going to move right here. He's going to move. He's going to put the other right here.
I got you. Thank you. Bob, if I was rude, I'm sorry, sir. But you understand. Hey, Bob. Okay. Okay, I want to see work. You guys, we're going to start putting stuff in this hallway, and just keep it tight to the walls. And let's get this box emptied. After this is emptied, everybody, I'm taking you out to lunch.
Who's paying?
I didn't say that. I said Pete was paying. That's the only problem.
Some people going to be washing dishes.
Yeah.
You gotta know me, I got it.
I'm doing it.
don't give them to her on camera.
That's my way of saying, hey. Well, let me do this here, and then I'll put the lights here, and then we're done in the kitchen.
Okay.
I'll have her come and check everything out, make sure everything's good, put the order around here, that's it.
Okay. New flooring, painted all the walls, trim.
Nice too.
They look good, doesn't it? Yeah, they came out good. We didn't clean the windows, but we figured that she would never notice.
Well, he did all this beautiful work, just getting covered up with.
And you gotta hear her, shoot, she's about everything. Yeah, so Wingo, you got shot down trying to get the girl's phone number, huh? Huh?
Me.
I thought it was you. You were who tried?
Brian. That was Brian.
Oh.
I betted him $5.
Oh, okay. Brian!
They were saying, did you get the number? What happened with the number?
Oh, see what had happened was. She said she was busy. She said it was real busy.
That's what she said.
Come on.
Hot potato.
It's coming up now. Oh, he's putting out the gun.
I never seen Tim working before.
He's my boat.
Did you hear that one? It's once a year.
One time, Merry Christmas.
And speaking of Christmas,
Not now.
I am not joking. Another Christmas tree.
Working it out.
Got like 25 Christmas trees.
Merry Christmas, cameraman right here.
Yo, they're turning white now. They're so old.
It looks like they missed Christmas. Every time. Every so many Christmas trees they got?
10. I'm counting 10 so far.
Oh, I ain't counting like 20 so far, bro.
I got a little grip. One to go, guys.
with one more pod left, space is becoming a rare commodity with very little room to walk around, most likely making the Reeses feel very much at home.
Here's what I envision. The very last thing we put in the door, and we just close the door behind us. Push, everybody push. As soon as you hear that click, run for it.
This box is full. Oh, thank goodness, there's some big stuff. Where the hell's it going? When you're out shopping for your special loved ones, they don't need one of these.
Number 2.
They don't need half of this. So please, do me a favor. Don't buy it. Don't. Number 7 coming to an end.
Inside, Pete's crew is putting the finishing touches on the kitchen, while Pete takes some time to make some shelves in the stairway closet.
Custom made just what you wanted it.
Back outside, the crew is trying to find places for various odds and ends.
You can't, that's impossible, man.
Make a hole, make a hole. Close the garage door. Oh my God. All right, let's wrap it.
That's a wrap. Alright, so here we are. We're finally completed. It's been a long 5-6 hours. We have everything back in the house. And as you can see here, this right here, I believe, was a sitting room or one of the living rooms. This right here was the family room. And then we got that pretty full right there. And continuing on, we actually had to put stuff here in the hallway. So we have an armoire and a couple different big pieces right right here. And then, whoop, don't trip now. This right here is the main living room, and we've got this all the way packed. Boxes full to the brim, all the way to the top. And continuing on here, we have the dining room right here. We have all the Christmas stuff right here. We've counted actually 31 Christmas trees. 31 Christmas trees. You can believe that. Unbelievable. Here we have the kitchen, where we have our crew working to finish the kitchen. We're just doing the last touches right here, and it's continuing on. We're back in the hallway, and we do have a good bathroom right here. We have a nice little tunnel that comes right out here through the garage, which you can see is packed to the brim, to the top of the ceiling. We have just enough room to get by and get out. I'd like to take you upstairs. I've heard that it's a lot of the same as far as this goes. But anyway, that's my short but sweet tour, and we're pretty psyched to get out of here. So
bye, Felicia. I mean, see you, Felicity.
Felicity.
Hey, dude, where's the party at? In the
The
shop?
office, it's the office.
It's the office.
That's the office.
What kind of crap is that?
After a record-setting year, emergency water removal employees from around the country came to Norcross to celebrate. So after 8 months, 9 total pods of crap, hundreds of work hours, tens of thousands of dollars, and untold frustration, was it all worth it?
Well, I mean, I don't know what kind of money they made off that job. We weren't in it for that.
You know, I don't really look at the money aspect of any of these jobs. I just look at servicing the customer.
Sorry.
Do what we gotta do. You know? It'll be 8,000 pods. Still gonna get it done.